happy theatrical release day. How do you feel?
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm thrilled that people are going to be able to watch this beautiful film. Thank you.
It truly is beautiful. I had the pleasure of seeing it last week and it was so fun. And in perfect Pixar fashion, it had me with all the feels, all the emotions. So great job. Bravo. Tens across the board.
Mm, thank you so much.
Okay, so
Thank
let's get into the questions. Tell me about your role in Elemental and how do you relate to her?
So I play the character of Cinder Lumen. She is a fire element. And Elemental is a story about the four of the classic elements: water, fire, earth, and land, earth and air. And they all live in this city called Element City. And obviously, all these elements came from their element lands, but for some reason, they had to immigrate and live together in Element City. And water was the first of the elements to move into Element City. So this city, it's not based on any one city in the world. It's inspired from all kinds of beautiful cities, but mainly cities that have waterways and canals like Venice and Amsterdam.
Hmm.
Fire element was the last element to move into this city. So these fire people feel a little bit marginalized, and it isn't as easy for them to live because, as you know, water can extinguish fire, so it's a little dangerous, and it's made for water elements and for air, and earth certainly loves water, fire not so much.
Right.
So Cinder is a matchmaker, and it wasn't until today that I realized the pun. Of course, she's a matchmaker. And immediately I had such a connection with her because I am a wannabe matchmaker and I'm terrible at it, but I love making matches between people that I love, and I want people to be in beautiful, intimate relationships. I just feel like it's healthier for people to be in relationships. So I keep trying, but my friends don't appreciate it because I'm
Don't
not
give
good
up
at it.
on that. Don't give up.
Thank you,
You're
Ty. I
welcome.
won't give up.
I got your
I
back.
won't give up. And I'll tell my friends Ty's got my back.
Yes, yes.
So that's one of the ways in which I completely relate to Cinder and wish I was her. But the other thing is that I'm an immigrant. I was born in Iran and I had to immigrate to the US with my family to live and literally to live. But so Cinder is also an immigrant, and she had to leave her fireland when she was pregnant with her daughter for a better life for her daughter.
Yes,
Ember
yes.
is her daughter.
So, based off what you shared with me, elements of the story are personal to you, and as well as the director Peter. Even down to the character that you played, I've learned that you were playing, in a sense, his mother. How honored were you to learn that that's who you'll be playing?
Oh, I was so grateful. I was so honored. And I really, it became really important to me right away to do a great job because God bless her soul. She passed away a couple of years ago, a few years ago. And I wanted to do her memory and her soul the honor by doing a good job, and also to thank Peter for trusting me with this. So I started taking some very expensive voice lessons, even though I've been doing voiceover work forever, but it's never been Pixar and Disney. So I took some voice lessons on Zoom from this amazing voice teacher in New York, and I hope it helped.
No, amazing job. You did so good. You were funny too. What was the audition process like for the film?
This is why I am so extra special grateful. There was I didn't even know there was I didn't audition. I mean, I here's the thing. Peter contacted me out of nowhere.
Blessing.
And so he set up a Zoom meeting with his creative partner, producing partner, Denise Ream. And there were some other people on this Zoom, but I was so nervous. I couldn't believe what's happening. And so he had me go through all of Cinder's lines and just totally go through the entire character arc that Cinder goes through. And I don't remember if it was at the end of this conversation or the next day, but it was probably the next day that I found out that I'll be playing her. And I was just goosebumps and screaming with joy.
I can only imagine I would be doing the same thing because you're now officially a part of the Disney and Pixar family. How does that feel? Like that is huge.
Oh, it didn't really hit me until I saw the movie and I saw the Disney arm,
Yeah.
and the Pixar little that looks at the camera and jumps. That's when it hit me, because up until then Peter is so humble and he's such a sweet man. You kind of forget what a master you are dealing with.
Yeah.
He's an amazing director, so, and all his directing notes are given so gently and beautifully, and he's like, oh, maybe try it this way, and then I tried that way and I'm like, oh my god, why didn't I think of that? Of course. And I saw a little drawing of what Cinder would look like, but it wasn't what it was, right? Which
Mhm.
was so visually stunning. Um, so yeah, so as I was in the voiceover booth, I didn't realize what I was doing until I saw it in front of me with the music and the incredible voiceover actors that voiced for it, and it just melted my heart.
Mhm. Definitely. So now what are you hoping fans take away from the new Pixar Disney Elemental?
Two things. I hope fans see it in the theater because this is a movie that's made for a theatrical experience. It's so stunning that it's a beautiful experience. But the other thing is the message in it, which is that coming together with people that are different from us makes us better human beings. There's an alchemy that happens that makes each party better, makes us more sophisticated and more empathetic and understanding and richer.
Mhm. Definitely does. It definitely had a takeaway message. I wasn't expecting fire and water to mesh so beautifully, and the brains behind it and how they drew it out and all the things. I'm like, that actually could work.
So, yeah.
Thank you so much for your time. Continue your
Mm,
matchmaking. Maybe we can meet up
thank
one day
you.
and you can figure out who I am perfectly matched with.
Oh,
Right.
think about it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Really
much.
appreciate you.
It was such a pleasure.
Bye bye.